age. He started them at a young age, so he's able to empower them. And it's one of the most successful charter schools in the state of New York. And so you are charting pretty much the same pathway what you're doing to empower such young, impressionable minds. And so this is what we're trying to do. Even with this show, Meaning as in Training, Tammy Collins Markee radio show, we are trying to emancipate the minds of the people so they can be able to think differently, so they can be able to create the type of life that they rightfully deserve. And what you're saying about writing down and having these goals and visions and these vision boards, we have to have that. We have to have a clear vision. We have to be intentional about the things that we want. And so when you're showing these kids at a very young age of how to create a vision and seeing things and believing in themselves, you know, and not hearing the negative talk, because there's so much bullying that's going on out there, even on cyberspace. So we want to be able to give them the positive tools that they need so they can be able to have the wherewithal when they get older to be able to accomplish the things to reach their best destiny. So I appreciate what you're sharing, Angela, and which is a bold and brilliant grand strategy of action that can be executed by anyone who is willing and able to develop a personal sense of integrity and economic intelligence and even intense work ethics that will allow them to take the will of their lives and drive forward towards their own best destiny. Truly, truly very empowering what you're sharing with the listening audience today. And I believe that Candace could further expound on this as well.
Oh, thank you, Tammy. You know, first of all, Angela Thomas Smith, we're just so excited to have you with us today. I was so touched by your testimony. You know, the word says that we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the words of our testimony. And you do have one, and we thank you for your transparency. We don't know who's listening. And what I want to say to you personally from my heart is that a lot of people who go through trauma think they have to stay there. But one of the things I love about what you shared, and this is revelatory for me, is that the Father told me through His Word and by His Spirit, He said, listen, if I called you, I didn't just call you to the palace. You were chosen for the pit, the prison, and that palace. And what Joseph did was that he always used his gift in all those places. And that's what you did. I said, my God, she just went through all of this stuff, not even so many years ago, yet she still produced 6 books. She still said, I'm going to share. I'm going to open myself up. I'm going to show these babies that they don't have to stay here. I'm going to commit myself to my Father, and I'm going to be about His business. So I just had to say that to you today. Thank you, even for pressing on this call, from coming on and sharing your testimony with the listeners. And Tammy knows I get excited sometimes because when I hear these words of overcoming and conquering faith, that I know makes my spirit man go crazy and my belly leap. It just, I just have to acknowledge that. So, woman of God, thank you.
Amen, amen. I refuse to give up.
Yes.
I refuse to let my failures and my downfalls be a stumbling block. And I want others to know that no matter where you are and what you're going through, God is God, and He's going to do what He said He would do concerning you. Because Jeremiah 29:11 is for real. Because He said it, and He's going to watch over His word until His word is fulfilled, and I truly believe that. I truly believe that my life, my journey is not just for me. It's for those people that I'm going to come in contact with that need to know that it's okay.
Wow.
That if I made it, they can make it.
Yes.
Because God is no respectable person. That's why I do what I do.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite scriptures, right? He is no respecter of persons. And I would like for you, because He's used you so, even in trials and tribulations, can you share with the listening audience, those of us who want to write 6 books, who want to impact our community, maybe we don't know how to even go about that, but can you share with the listening audience from your perspective, how to brand yourself, how to get out there and share with people your gift. How, and I see that you've successfully done this, Angela. So do you mind sharing with the listening audience from your perspective how they can brand themselves and how they can start to impact their communities?
Yes, ma'am. First, you must have vision. You must be able to see where you're going. So in order to do that, you must write the vision and make it plain, because he tells us that in the Bible. Secondly, you must have a business plan. You must be able to write down exactly what it is that you want to do and how you plan to affect your community. Thirdly, I suggest that everybody copyright their logos, their mottos, whatever it is that they're going to use, because people do like to take your stuff and use it for their own. Fourthly, I tell people they have to learn to invest in themselves. You have to learn to put something in. Because if you don't put anything in yourself, you can't expect nobody else to invest in you. Because those are the four things that really sticks out to me. You got to write the vision and make it plain. You got to come up with your business plan. You got to copyright. And you have to invest in yourself.
Angela, those are so powerful. I've written them down, by the way. Write the vision. Make sure the vision is planned out successfully, in your mind, and that you've got strategy. And I'm going to toss the mic to Tammy in just 2 seconds. And the trademark and protecting what you've been given through those laws that are there to protect us. And then making that initial investment in yourself and continuing to invest in yourself, that's so powerful, Angela. And I know Tammy is waiting to jump in this discussion because she has an awesome perspective on branding. And I'm going to toss it back to you, Tammy.
Angela, that reflection speaks volumes. And even when we speak about branding, it's not just about the logos. We are our brand. We represent our brand.
Amen.
And so as far as branding strategies, techniques, and methods, we have to remain consistent, because consistency is the key. And even in this fast-changing world, and when you talk about branding and marketing, we must remain relevant, stay relevant, and flexible, and consistent. And we have to set standards for our brand. I like what you mentioned about writing the vision down. But this is what the Word of God says. Write it down. Be clear. Be intentional. We have to be intentional. So when you write it down, you'll be able to clearly see what direction you're going to go in. But you have to stand on the vision that you have written down in the book of Habakkuk. The 2nd chapter speaks to this. And so when we write the vision down, it's like coming up with a well-executed, defined strategy. And this is the purpose of this show, to give people strategies, to give them a sense of vision. Because everybody who comes on this platform have a sense of vision. They have something powerful to share with the listening audience. So we have to have essentially a strong, well-defined branding plan and strategy in place to be able to enhance our brand. And so when you look at these recognizable brands like Pepsi and Coca-Cola, the keys are their consistency. And many businesses tend to put the cart before the horse. But we have to focus on our strategies, our methods, our tactics, and our executed plan that we have for our branding techniques. So that's truly, truly awesome what you're sharing with the listening audience on branding. This is something that people could really have a clear understanding of, what you're sharing about branding. And it's astonishing. It's profoundly simple, but simply profound, a way of leaving a lasting impression in the hearts and minds of our target audience. There you go.
I totally concur with everything that Tammy just said. Angela, those priceless nuggets that you shared with the listening audience, and Tammy and I, we write notes. We listen, and I love her platform so much. Shout out to John Schamberger, the millionaires in training. Training the mind is so key because you can be a millionaire for a day, lottery winners, but the mindset has to be conditioned and reprogrammed and renewed, the word says. And so what you're doing is really you're saying, I want to impact generations. And you're such an inspiration. Angela Thomas Smith, I'm going to call out all your names. Look, you are such an inspiration, not only to the youth, but there are adults that watch what you do. Your community is watching. The world is watching. And so can you tell us who inspires you? What are your inspirational role models? Who are those people that say, Angela, we need you to come higher. We need you to keep going. Who are those people?
Well, one was my mother. And my mom's been gone my mom passed away 12 days after my 16th birthday. And I tell you, I remember days that me and my mom would sit and have conversations, and I would be wondering why are we having these conversations. But I thank God for preparing her for the days that she would not be here with me. She's my greatest inspiration. Even in her absence, she's been very present. And I thank God for that. She's my number one. My Angelo, because of the things that she endured and how she didn't speak for a while. But when she began to speak and write, how powerful her words were and how they touched my soul. There's a lot of them. And some of these women, people probably don't even know who they are, but there are people that have directly inspired me and touched my life. And some of them are my fellow co-authors and authors within my community. Pinky Davis, she's a writer, she's a minister. Sonia Gray, Dr. Sonia Gray, she's a writer, she's a minister. Pastor Jacqueline Goodwin, she's a writer and a minister. And Kashonda Marche, she's a writer and a community leader. And all of these people, they live within the United States here, in between North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, and they've impacted my life in different ways because they all come from different walks of life. They all have been through different journeys, but for us to all connect and be on the same path, it has been amazing, and they inspire me because there's two of these young ladies that are dealing with terminal illness, and their drive, the passion that they have for people in their community, it pushes me to want to do more. I remember going to an event in Raleigh, North Carolina with Kashonda. Kashonda at that time was confined to a wheelchair. She did not allow it to stop her from helping me put on this event. And when I tell you it was an amazing event, it was an amazing event. People like that inspire me because she did not allow her illness to keep her confined. She knew that we had a mission, and she stayed on task, and we had a very successful event. And those are the people that inspire me. That were normal people doing extraordinary things in their community, and that's it.
That is truly beautiful what you shared about the unity of the women coming together. And I want to say, may God continue to be with you and your family. And you took that pain and you made it become your gain. That you are reaching the unreached. For those who are going through, feeling like they've been wounded in life or broken or disappointed, you're able to show them how to seek solace through their wounds. And also to show them how to unleash the power that they have within them. You are transforming the world by educating them, inspiring them by your testimony. And we are grateful today that you are showing us what is possible when one exercise